And as we saw there, the government, of course, facing a catastrophic economic situation amid this pandemic. Catherine Bennett, who also happens to be wearing the same jacket as me, is with us now. Catherine, what is going to be the new priority, for the new government?
Well, of course, as you said, then the economy is in tatters after the COVID-19 pandemic and lockdown. So this new government is going to have to act as quickly as possible to put things back on track. And their main priority is going to be unemployment. So Macron has previously said that he wants to get rid of what he calls a particularly French disease, which is the preference for being on unemployment benefits. Now, we're already seeing mass layoffs in France. Just last week, Air France announced that it was going to cut over 7,500 jobs. Airbus as well has said that it will be cutting 5,000 jobs just in France. And the Bank of France has said that unemployment is set to rise. It's probably going to reach a peak of more than 11.5% by the middle of next year. And the government considers young people to really be on the forefront, on the frontier of this, to be the first victims of this economic downturn. And so that's going to be the priority for Jean Castex. So during this month, he is going to be presenting a plan for boosting youth employment in the country.
Now, the government is also going to have to try and spur growth as the country faces its worst economic recession since the Second World War. So what exactly is in the pipeline, Catherine?
Well, the government is promising to have a recovery plan ready by the end of the summer, and that should eventually then become part of the 2021 budget. Now, there are some parts of it that we know already. The government wants to invest in green industries and environmentally friendly businesses, so certain sectors like recycling and hydrogen production. Now, the government is also considering cutting taxes on production and offering delayed payment plans to businesses. But the problem with that, of course, is that France has one of the highest levels of public debt in Europe, and that's expected to rise to 121% before the end of the year. Now, what would help all of this, of course, is if the European Union can decide on a Europe-wide coronavirus recovery fund, because that would then inject around 30 billion euros into the French economy where it's needed most. Now, beyond all this, it's clear that the priorities for the French government is going to be this transition to a more green infrastructure. So to that end, last week, Macron announced an extra 15 billion euros to help the economy with this ecological transition. And that, of course, means encouraging businesses to cut down on polluting modes of transport, cutting down on their CO2 emissions, renovating their buildings to be more energy efficient, and above all that, promoting, giving more financial aid, of course, to green industries in the country.
Catherine Bennett from our business desk, thank you.